Okay, hi, I'm gonna show you some of the possibilities of the Canon 5D Mark II. If you checked out this YouTube channel, you might know that, or you've seen that I'm shooting a lot of martial arts stuff, and right now I'm doing my first full-length documentary on up-and-coming Danish MMA fighter Burnell. So that's why everything on my channel is about him, more or less, because I have a lot of footage with him. So right now I'm going to try and show you how to make a more or less fucked up shot look nice, or at least nicer. First of all, I'm going to show you what equipment I'm using, and I only have my laptop, my MacBook, 2 terabyte external hard drive, Canon 5D Mark III, Rode, however you want to pronounce it, microphone, and a light that is mounted on my Canon. That's it. That's my entire office. That's all of my equipment. So this is the shot I'm going to be working with today. This is just Mass walking down the street. As you can see, it's very shaken, it's too bright. The only thing working for it is more or less the lens flare and the sort of washed out look. So this is shot in 50 frames, and what we're going to do is slow it down to 25 frames. So already this is looking much nicer and smoother and everything. Slow motion usually makes things look better, in my opinion. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add some black bars to give like a scope crop of it, like a cinema scope. That will also allow us to adjust and stabilize the picture. So I have these borders that I use. They look like this. Ah shit, this is because they're a little bit too large now, so I have to scale them down. There you go. So for me, this is already a way more cinematic look. With the positioning keyframes, it will allow me to stabilize the shot a little bit. Not like completely stabilized, but way better than it was before. So for example, I really like the flare, this flare. So I want to try and keep that in the shot. So this is my first keyframe. So I'll roll it. And for example, here his head is a little high, so I'll pull it down a bit. And here it gives a little too much air above his head, so I'll pull him up. And here too little air, so I'll pull him down, and so forth. You just have to like go through your shot and place like adjust all the way, so he always has his head positioned more or less in the same spot, or at least as close as you can get it without exposing the edges of your shot. So yeah, once you've done this all the way to the end of your shot, it will look like this. So once you've done stabilizing the image, you should start doing the coloring. I use Magic Bullet looks for coloring. So we're gonna add Magic Bullet to our shot, this one, and you edit it. So these are the things that I normally use: exposure, warmth, a little bit of grain, the hue and saturation. I give it a little pop, and of course the curves. So first off, this is the grain. I always keep it off color mode, and this is way too much, so maybe 2. So I'll add like a pop to it, so the lines are better defined. I don't know if this was enough, maybe 35. And you can see here, this is on, this is off. This is on, this is off. it's sort of just like it sort of just defines the image a little bit. So this shot is really bright, so I'm gonna make it a whole lot darker, and already this, for me, this looks better. I'm gonna pull down the brightness just a little bit, and since it's like a sunny shot already, I'm gonna add some warmth to it. So this is already way better. I think maybe the amount of film grain is still too high, so I'm gonna do it even less. With the warmth, the saturation of the image is starting to, I don't like it that much more, so I'm gonna pull out some colors, make it a little less saturated. So already this is, for me, this is looking way better already. Maybe even make it a little bit darker. This is probably gonna fuck with my lens flare that I love so much, but I mean, so what I usually do is I add a little bit of blue in the blacks. It sort of give this sort of washed out feel to it. I'm gonna pull out some, make it a little bit warmer because the image still feels a little too blue. There you go. To me, this looks actually kind of good. This is with, this is without. So I'm gonna render this shot and I'm gonna play it for you the way it looks now. So that's it. This is how I try and get my DSLR footage to have more of a cinematic look, and yeah, I don't really know how to end this in any way. So thanks for watching, and maybe if this was useful to someone, I'll keep posting more videos with maybe sort of like tips and tricks as to how I at least make my DSLR footage better.